Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot, and in today's episode, I'm gonna be doing a reading about what is being said behind your back when you're not around. Or, I saw this on another channel, what do people say behind your back when you're not around, okay? This is going to encompass also maybe reputation, their views upon you, and perhaps also gossip, because basically this is gossip, okay? We'll be asking the cards what's the tea on you with this question as well, like for you to know the general gist of what we're going to be looking at. The main course for this reading is going to talk about the views and the what are people saying behind your back. Then we'll go to the good stuff. Then we'll go to bad stuff. Specifically bad stuff because we want to pinpoint the people. Maybe perhaps you're going to recognize them, or it's good to have insights about the negativity as well, to know where it's coming from and how to properly address it. As well as in the last part of the reading, we're going to talk about what kind of people are talking behind your back when you're not around, or which is their background. I want to know who these people are, where they are coming from, and who they are to you. So we can better again understand where all of this is coming from, if this is work related, if this is family related, distant relatives, friends, or whatever else may be the case for you. If this is a singular person or a group of people, this is also going to be interesting to find out. But overall, we have these four sections. The main one, the good, bad, and the type of people, okay? So I decided I'm going to specifically create 3 piles for this reading, and it's for the quality of each read that I will reduce the number, and it will not be 4 piles but 3, and I'll see how this goes. For pile number 1, we have my favorite pin. It's a moth with 2 eyes on its wings. For pile number 2, we have a very beautiful crow pendant, or crow skull pendant. And for pile number 3, we have a snake ring with like a violet gem on its head, okay? Take your time, you can choose any pile you want. Actually, I wanted to say you can choose multiple or even all of them if you feel called to do so, and please be mindful, this is only information. Also, this is a general reading. Don't come at me if you disagree with anything you see in here. Whatever resonates with you, it's meant to be yours. If you reject anything I say in the reading, that's completely fine. It doesn't have to be about you necessarily. But yeah, it's just information, it's just energy, so don't take it too close maybe, or don't take it too hard if maybe perhaps something doesn't align with you. That's completely normal as well. I don't expect my general readings. I'm very happy when they resonate, but when something specifically doesn't match your energy, or perhaps you not want to see it in yourself in the future, it's either not the case for you, or it's an indication that you should be working on it, or you should be gaining more insight in what I have just told you, when it's like a specific message that you are thinking about. So I will jump right to pile number 1. I think I'm centered around doing a read that would be like roughly 15 to 20 minutes per pile. So I'm still making my mind up whether I'll do a half an hour, but I'll see how the audience reacts, and yeah, I'll adjust in the future as well. Okay, let's begin with pile number 1, the moth pin. Hello and welcome, pile number 1, the moth pin. We have interesting cards in here. First of all, we have self-exploration, we have ocean, the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold, and the 8 of Cups. What I want to say right off the bat, what are people saying behind your back, is the fact that you're not going to Like you are a very different person from the general demographic in the sense that you are very intense. People are not seeing every side of your like anger or intensity because you are very wisely holding it all in or choosing your fights, okay? With the Eight of Cups, it's a feeling of walking away from drama, or people are saying that you're not speaking your mind all the way through, or that you're not showing your true emotions or your true self. This is also a feeling of admiration, as though with Ocean, people know that you have a lot of things to show or to say, but generally you are withholding that for the sake of like keeping things professional, perhaps, or keeping things very stable, or solving a situation in a very like calculated manner, you know. Overall, people see you as a very like integrity type of person, someone who doesn't like to jump ahead of the game, or someone who really likes to keep their conclusions to themselves, as well as not let like a temporary setback or a conflict dictate the whole future, you know, of a relationship, you know. With Ocean, it's vastness, it's a lot of intensity. Like this is also Cups energy. It could be a water sign, not everyone, but it can resonate with some. Also, air signs play well in here. With self exploration, it's as if people are saying that you're not opening yourself up, or that you could be to yourself, you know. It's also a feeling of I don't want to reveal myself because it's not wise, okay? So you're a closed book, pile number one, and people are gossiping or saying that you are indeed hiding something or hiding a lot of information. Or so, for some people, it will be like from the good side. It's almost as if people would want to know your true self or your true you, what makes you personally who you are, okay? Because with the Eight of Cups, it's like either you're, as I said, retreating, but people are wanting to see that, you know, opening or what you truly think about the situation, or they would like to see your full emotional expression. That's also what's coming through. And it's like you're too closed off, you know, like you have opinions, you have a lot of thoughts or general like beliefs that you would like to keep concealed or away from the general demographic, for you to not spark conflict, or for you to not get involved in some sort of disagreements which you generally consider to be pointless. I feel like you are guarding your energy, you are saving your energy, and this could be very much so this pile. It's definitely work related. I will see which information comes through from the other cards, but so far so good. I'm sensing a feeling of professionalism and not showing all my cards, you know, and also secrecy, but it's not because you like that, or it can be also that you like it, but it's also a feeling of I have to behave in this way with this kind of people, and I should be careful, I should be guarded, I should be leaving some people in the dark about the truth of my thoughts, opinions, and general standpoints on life. What's interesting to note about in here as well, as I was taking other cards for your reading, we have the Grumpy and Pestering. Definitely a closed off from the world or from people. I'm not gonna jump in and say really the world because it's too much, but I feel like people are or can be genuinely afraid because there is calculation or there is tact in conversations or in the ways in which people interact with you, okay? It's as if people are searching or talking about like you are listening to every detail in the conversation, or you're looking at everything and noticing everything, okay? People definitely are afraid that, you know, you're hiding something that can be generally like intimidating, or they feel this way. But this is quite like, let's say, a misconception, because we have in here the Knave of Chalices. You have this soft side, but it's not necessarily shown in this whole. It's like a work situation, obviously. Like this is what's giving me, and people say that you are mysterious. People say that you are cold somehow with the King of Swords, and that you're somehow up to your own agenda and that you're following your own agenda, and that they have rarely seen you smile or laugh or be really light-hearted. Okay, this is also like people are afraid with the Justice. It's like some people are even afraid to approach you, or they say that you are unapproachable, or they say that, don't mess with the pile number one, because we don't quite know what tricks they're capable of performing. Okay, what's interesting to note about this pile as well is that some people think that you have some secrets, or that you have some secret plans in general, that you're not going to reveal ever to them, and that you have your own, like, as I said, agenda or your own personal plan. So if you're working in a, like, if this is a work setup, then people are discussing the fact that you are up to something and nobody knows what it is, but you're up to something. Like, people feel it in the air, or you have like a personal, people are saying that you definitely have like a personal milestone, or it could be career oriented. Also, if this is work related, or I feel like this is the case, people see you as very organized, or they are saying that you are very organized. With the pastoring, it's almost as if you would hold on to the work standards, like really high work standards. It's also talking about a very good work ethic, or it's almost like you could be following the rules in a very strict way, and considering that work should be done, or whatever it is that you're pursuing or doing, it's very serious if this is not work related necessarily. They also say that you have feelings, but you are not showing for whom you're having these feelings. Okay, it's almost as if people are wanting to delve into your romantic life, or they're inquisitive about who it is that you are liking, or who are you keeping an eye on. Okay, so this is definitely a feeling of, I don't want to talk about my personal life, but people, the more you guard yourself from these conversations, the more people are trying to snoop in, find information. And some people are afraid that if you're going to be questioned or interviewed, like, in a way about this, they are going to be sent off in a very ugly way, or they're going to be ruining their reputation with you, because they're going to ask something really inappropriate, and like they're asking for it, like they're asking for a very rude response. This is what's coming through. People are also saying that you're really hard to include, whatever that means for you, but it feels to me like with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, some people are thinking about, is it possible for this person to open up, or are they going to be by themselves forever, because we can't seem to crack the code with this person. Okay, also some people are saying that you are career oriented. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, it's like an idea of, I'm going for money no matter what, and I don't care for your social BS. Also very cold, as I said. People are saying that you are emotionless. Some people are saying that you're really cold-hearted, or that you don't have emotions, but this is like a misconception. With the Knave of Chalices, you do have your own emotions, but you know when to show them. Okay, some people are saying that you're delving into some sort of like witchcraft thing, or that you're into magic, or you're into spirituality. It can also be like this, like people are saying that you look very weird, or that you are looking in a very, like, it could be about your eyes, it could be about your stare, glare. People can say that you are involved with some sort of like thing. Some people can really think about your like religious or general beliefs about spirituality, and wondering like what it is that's really brewing in there. It's like and strength, like let's say, let's be honest, what's coming through is like a very strong personality in here, and it's like people are generally wanting to see, or they are talking about how they should be, or how they can stimulate you for emotions. Okay, some people are saying that you should be stimulated for emotions to see where are your boundaries. Okay, um, and I feel like these people are really not knowing what they're asking for, but it's like, if you are vengeful, if you are wanting to snap back, you are going to do it, and people are going to remember it. Like, But some people in here are really interested in drama, okay? Drama and drama related to you expressing some sort of, but you're going like some sort of emotional reaction, but I feel like you are going to foresee that, or if you already haven't done it yet, like I feel like you are going to handle it in a very graceful, professional, and quite serious manner, okay? Also, what people are saying behind your back, that you are really like, if you get on your bad side, like if someone were to get on your bad side, they would regret it big time. People are saying that they should be afraid, they should be guarded, they should be really careful with what they say, display, and show to you, because we like really are genuinely scared of what's capable, like what's this person capable of doing. Also, what's coming through as what are people saying about you behind your back, it's that it's really hard to get on your good graces. It's really hard to get friends with you because you're really quality oriented, and it's not like you are going to buy into the general BS of what's the weather, let's talk, let's have fun. It's no, it's something deeper. This pile, it's deeper than the general thing that's being discussed, or it's not as easy to become friends with you, or you can interact with people in a very light or I have to manner. You're going to make yourself like really comfortable with it, like to play a role, but eventually people are feeling a sort of distance, or you're keeping people at an arm's length. Definitely. This is like with the grumpy, people are saying like, when will I finally get this person to open up? And it's like the more they try, the worse it gets, the more you close yourself off, because it is your choice when you're going to open up. And this is not something people are going to stimulate yourself into. People say that you're multifaceted, talented. With self-exploration, it's like you have a degree of wisdom or self-knowledge that is beyond what they usually see. Or it's like you're very, as I said, different or expressive, like that person who knows themselves and knows their potential expressions and where they go. So it could be that people are saying that you are very calculated in your words, in your actions, like you place real refined intent in the actions behind your behind your intentions. Like you can be a person who behind, like before they act upon something, they think it through in a very successful, productive way. And it's also like very intense. Like I want to say, Ocean, people know and are saying that you're not showing everything. Like as I said, they are like a bit afraid in here, but also fascinated by the depth and vastness of your expression in general. And some are saying like, let's abandon this, like let's abandon this whole deal of wanting them to open up, because it feels like a dangerous game to play. If you were to look close to this card, you'd see a lot of snakes, and people are generally not knowing what they are going to stumble upon if they're going to play with you, because I feel like you can actually, or you're capable of creating hell for these people if they're really going to get on your nerves, okay? And I feel like you're a very reasonable person, and people are saying like, please don't do this, like please don't play with them. Like they feel like a very reasonable, normal person. Why should you just like play with them? Because it's not worth it. It's not like, why should you ruin your whole image in front of them merely because you want to make, like you want to have fun? Also, with the Eight of Cups, it being a card of movement away from something, you're moving away from drama, and people are saying like, how dare they like behave in this way? Like why specifically they are backing themselves off from what we're all doing, and it's like a pestering thing with this card, like the last one from this row. It's like, why are they so different? Why are they wanting to be or to seem so different from us? We're all the same and you're not different from us. Like, why should you stand out? I would not be surprised if you are older in your mentality when it comes to these people, or you're feeling like you are beyond a lot of like superficiality, and you like to keep things more settled or grounded when it comes to human interactions, or you're more on point than the usual demographic, okay? especially with this justice card, like some people are even talking about or wondering what it is that you're doing to your enemies, because it feels like you're merciless when it comes to revenge, or when it comes to really getting karma for people. Or I feel like this pile, they're saying like, if people don't get karma, you're going to be karma for them. Yeah, that's the feeling I got from this pile anyway. Some people are saying that you're too focused on yourself, on your goals, and you don't care for, like, as I said, human interactions, and they are judging you as being like really harsh, cold, and no emotions. As I said, this is a misconception. We have in here the Knave of Chalices. People don't quite understand and realize the full extent of your personality, or the depth of it, because somehow these people relate to you in a very light way, and they think that if they are like this open book and all that's inside of me I'm gonna show to the world, that you should be like this as well. And if you don't, then perhaps like you don't have these soft spots. I do indeed feel like you have them, but it's generally a thing of, I don't want to reveal my face or my true self, because I'm not interested in that. I know my worth, you know? That's the kind of thing I get from this pile. Or you have people really talking about your personal life, people talking about what it is that you're doing after work, or what it is that you're doing if this is not work related, outside, or outside of their conversations, outside of their presence. Like really inquisitive, nosy people in here I got. Okay. Also, the gossip, or what are people saying behind your back, it's really light-hearted and quite foolish, to be honest, because of looking at this King of Swords card. Like, we have a minion in here which sings like at a flute, whatever that means, like an instrument, if I said it correctly. But I feel like you are beyond this. Like, you are beyond this whole gossip thing, and you're in for the real deal, and people are perceiving you as being very serious, oriented towards work, productivity, or towards the important stuff in life, and that you're on your own, like on your own mind, or that you're dealing with your own life and you don't want attention, or don't want them to interfere with it. Okay, and now that we got the main course settled, I think that I'm gonna go into the good reputation, or the good stuff that's being said about you, and the bad stuff and the demographic of the people. For the good stuff, we have the Two of Wands, the Death card, the Seven of Cups, the Weekend, Ghost, and Ticket. From the good stuff, what I want to say, people consider you to be very discerning when it comes to what you let into your life and what you keep away. Because with the ticket, it's like when you give people a chance to be in your life, you are very dedicated, or they're saying that you are a really good match for whoever and whatever relationship type you're engaging with. So if people are getting into your life, they feel really chosen, or they feel like they have to prove their worth, or that they have to prove their value to you. And as a result, it comes like with a lot of respect. Okay. We have in here as well with the Seven of Cups, it's like you give multiple chances to people because of your like depth and maturity in here. And also it's coming through as if, like with this Two of Wands, people see really like powerful relationships with you, or long-term oriented stuff with you. Like, it's almost despite the changes, like if you keep a person close, you're going to fight for them, you're going to fight for their place into your life, you know. With a good type of what's the gossip on you, or what are people saying behind your back, it's a lot of admiration, of course. It's a lot of, we want to be the chosen ones for you, we want to choose you and be chosen as a result. And actually, like as I see right now, it's becoming more clear that people felt left out, or as if they were not let in, and it's like a little bit of a trigger for them because they felt really unworthy. But it's not because it was your fault, but it's because it was really triggering for them, you know. It's like a very personal thing that um, showed itself up in the reading because of your behavior, which was not your, like as I said, problem, was something that was triggered unconsciously by them, like, and it made this whole reaction. chain of reaction actually. What's also the good stuff that's being said about you with the death card in here, I feel like you are being seen as someone who's very perseverant. Like it's a very perseverance type of like reading pile, you know. um, like even changes in life can at times like not hold you back. Like your intentions is very like your intent or intentions in general are very strong or very like powerful, and if you set your mind onto something, or if you give your word about something, then you follow through it. It can even be multiple promises in here, or people are saying that you're holding like stations, or you're holding multiple things in check, and you're doing a brilliant job at it. Like if you promise that you're going to do three things, you're going to do them brilliantly, and despite the changes outside. Or it can talk about a very good quality, or a very like dedicated person, or someone who has a good responsibility or a capacity for responsibility in general. And people are saying like we should be holding them closer, because we want that kind of person in our life. You know, if they are dedicating themselves towards doing stuff like that, then imagine this dedication with us in the relationship, and it can come off as really self-centered or self-serving actually. Like people are seeing some very valuable stuff in you, and they're like, we want that too. Okay, so yeah, careful with that one. Also with the weekend card, I want to say it's a very lovely thing that I see this card. It says in this context that you know how to relax, or when to take the break, or you know how to make fun, how to have fun, sorry. um, you also like with the ghost, you don't have hard feelings, so you don't take things personally. People are saying that you are someone who's not going to settle for BS, or you're not going to argue, you're just going to walk away and call it a day. You know, it's like with the weekend, it's like people want to know your true self, as I said, and they are really intrigued. They're saying that we want to discover them, or we want them to make space for us in their life. You know, that's the kind of energy I see. And definitely people are afraid, or in the, because it's funny, we see the ghost in the good section. It's like people are afraid to do something wrong and get ghosted by you, and they know that, you know, if this is a lost chance with you, then definitely it's a lost chance and we can do nothing about it. um yeah, it's like almost giving me again, I don't know why, but it's celebrity energy like this is coming through, or you have an air about you which talks about authority, poise, respect, professionalism as well, and like grace, graceful, gracefully solving conflicts, gracefully handling life, handling relationships in general, you know, that kind of thing. In the bad section, or the what are people saying about you which is bad, it's definitely competition, that you're very competitive, that you are very apt or dedicated, and it really poses a threat to some people. With the timid, they're saying that you are not afraid to take your chance if you see it on the horizon, and that you're going to take it despite everything. Like it's a huge competition in here. People are saying that you're really competitive, and that some even don't stand a chance against you, and they're really afraid of that, and they're like, let's prepare because we're not ready yet. People upset in here because you're not showing emotion, because they cannot get under your skin. With the 10 of Wands, like very work hard type of person, give me all I can handle, and even like being proud in it. Like people are saying that you're too overworked, like you're too serious, like you are too serious about work, about life, like you're somehow like sparking a lot of envy, or like you're being seen as a favorite in the company if this is work related, a favorite. If you have a group of people, then you are in good graces with a lot of influential or people in high ranks who say that, you know, why are they getting the accolades? Why are they getting the attention when we can barely like hunt for the scraps. And almost like they want to be friends with you because they want to be a part of this success, and the bad things they're saying about you is like there is nothing that holds you back. Okay, there is nothing that can hold you back actually. And it's like people are wanting to play ahead of the game, but you are playing ahead of the game already, and it's like, yeah, you are being seen as advanced, okay, in whatever area you're doing, or you're superseding a lot of like general demographic for some reason, and you are very emotionless about it, or you're very go-getter and I don't care what's in for the rest, but it's really not the case, because with the knave of chalices being upright in here, I see that this is reasonable energy. You're not seeking the downfall of these people. You're not seeking to compete, okay? It's something that happens naturally with you, and it's like people are definitely talking stuff about you in a bad way, but it's more so about their perception or about their triggers, and I don't think you should be worried about this, okay? Um, yeah, definitely people are seeing you as very like, also like this crusty like card, like someone who's really stubborn and someone who pursues anything they want at the expense of others. But this is a perception I can't quite understand, but yeah, it's definitely can be something that they are afraid of, with the envy and, as I said, competition. Definitely, okay. The demographic of people who are creating this mess, let's go into it. We have the Queen of Swords. I feel like definitely it could be one or two people. This could also be a fire sign for some reason with these dragons and fire I saw. Of course, everything in this deck is fire, but yeah, definitely I saw like one singular person, a control freak, because it gives me like them comparing themselves to you. Okay, competition definitely from a singular person. This is coming through. This is someone you interact with a lot. This is someone who you catch yourself up in a lot of situations with that person. It could be an overseer of sorts, someone who watches over you. This could also be a situation where it could be like a boss as well. This is someone, this could be also like a singular person, like a coworker who is very gossipy, very shady, very like unclear. Like if you are clear, if you are very upfront, direct, this person can be shady. What's coming through also, like jokers, people who are laughing a lot, making fun with Poppy, is like very like almost like childlike people, okay? But with brutal, it's also like brute strength people. Like I want to say the demographic is a lot, and it reminds me of a work situation for some reason. But with the Four of Cups, it's like people from the distance, people who don't say a lot of words, and people who keep distance from you but are kind of like you. Notice the stares, you notice the glances directed at you. You're not like, you are unfazed. You are unfazed about the whole deal. But I see a lot of like hate in here also. The demographic that's talking about you, it's like very much so in competition with you, with what you're doing, whether it is work related, whether it is life milestones, situations. There is a lot of comparison, and they feel defeated. They feel like you are ahead in life and they're behind, and that no matter what they try to do, the last option is to become friends with you. Like it's definitely like Nine of Swords, like it's even angering people. Like this is coming through as you are unfazed, and this is making people even more angry for some reason. I don't know why. But the demographic in here, I want to say it's very superficial. We have in here with the Puppy some very like almost like Page of Cups energy, people who are very like childish or emotional or really inoffensive, but they can get their feelings hurt, okay? And you're kind of like very ignoring them, okay? So even that angers them, that you're not paying attention to them. Like be um, they want to be seen, they want to be like, they want to feel validated in their perception about you, and they want to hear a response, but you're not giving it to them, okay? And it's like overthinking. People are thinking a lot about you. These people are like, yeah, very light interactions. the only deep interactions in here, but it's also surrounded by hate. It's about this Queen of Swords. It's like a singular person you maybe perhaps had issues with in the past, or it was a situation with her, with that person specifically, or them, that was causing you a lot of, not even anger, but you saw that there was disarray, like there was something off about this person, and it's definitely the case that this is someone who's watching over you and creating all of this drama or talking about you behind your back. Okay, so that was all pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the future readings. Take care. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the crow pendant. This is going to be a reading on what are people saying behind your back when you are not around. We have the first card of the Wizard. Also, it's giving me magician energy. I will talk about it in a moment. I feel like people are saying that you are not what you seem. Okay? People are saying that you're not what you're trying to look like, or you're not revealing your whole personality. They're also saying that there are yet surprises about you that are to be uncovered, and that they're saying that they're really guarded or afraid somehow, like, of being surprised by you for some reason. But it's a good kind of surprise. We have bad kind of surprise as well, but more so with the Hierophant, I feel like people are awaiting to be pleasantly surprised by you for some reason, and they're saying, like, they're talking about you behind your back in a very impressive manner, and that they're expecting good or big things from you. We have as well the S-Uality card in here. And I want to say in here, with this one being in reverse, you are seen as very attractive, but I feel like for a vast majority of people, either it is that you're already in a relationship, or, and you have said that, people are holding it in, like people are not wanting to be inappropriate about it, but I feel like whoever it is that you're interested in or crushes, or you have managed to see the signs, some people are really talking about you in a very like sexual way, or in a very like desiring type of way. They're like talking about this, or yeah, I don't want to delve into deeper stuff because it's quite obvious about which dimension we're talking about in here. Interesting, as we've got the Troll. I think these 3 cards in combination talk about you being very restrained or very calculated. Again, it's giving me like, yeah, don't want to give the spoilers, okay? It's giving me from another pile like energy. It feels to me like people are talking behind your back that you are not letting things, like, you're not letting things go by unnoticed, and that you keep an eye on everything. Like, the fact is, people are even afraid, like, that you're going to find out that they were gossiping about you, or that they're afraid of saying too much information because of this information circling, and then them being caught in the act of gossiping about you, you finding out through other people that they were talking about you, and you can be quite confrontational about it. For some reason, people are afraid that you're going to find out they gossiped about you, and that you're going to come at them and say, like, why are you talking about me when I'm not when I'm not present? Definitely attraction, okay? I don't know what's the deal in here. Definitely attraction. We saw the King of Wands being reversed. We have the Knight of Wands reversed. I feel like some people don't know your situation, or whether it is appropriate to approach you or not, but some will, actually, with the Knight of Wands. Some will find themselves in situations where they would want to pursue you, but you're going to immediately reject them. That was the feeling I got anyways. It's interesting because we have in here the King of Pentacles and Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. I feel like you are very generous, but with the right people. And generous in the sense of you're not closing yourself off from people and you're quite decent. I don't know why the troll got in here for some very strange reason, but it's like maybe it's because people, again, like the first pile, they reflect and mirror their own insecurities into you, and it's like you are a separate entity in the whole equation. Like, I would expect drama happening in your life, or like not in your life but in your close proximity, like to the people related to your life, and you're like, I don't know what this is all about because I'm not a part of it, and therefore why should I care, you know? But definitely, like, what are people saying behind your back is that you're very resourceful with the King of Pentacles, as well as like coming through as an energy of you being rich, or that you are not showing the whole world how much money you make. I feel like people are seeing you are talking about the way in which like you have a lot of money, or that you live in luxury. That's for some reason. And on top of that, people are saying that you're really attractive. Like, it's a combination of both attractiveness and money. And you know, it's like padlock, and this isn't inaccessible to them. Like, people feel left out. People feel like you are going to keep them at an arm's length. Even like for some, it's going to be like kilometers away, like miles away. Like, you can keep people like quite in the dark for a very long time, and it's quite a usual, it's almost as if it's a reflex for you. People are very inquisitive, I want to say about this spell as well. They want to know stuff about you. Like, they can swoop in, they can talk about stuff, and they can indirectly look for information about you. They can or want to find out the information about you, okay? This is very funny. This is very funny, actually. Because the more it feels like, the more people are trying to find information about you, the more they're going to get lashed out at with the troll card. Or like, you're going to find these people and you're gonna like play with them. You know, it's like, I will play with you because obviously you were provoking me. And it's like, you're going to catch them by surprise, and it's like, now it's my turn, you know? Now it's my turn for me to play with you, or to actually like, it's a lot of teasing in here. It's like, if people were nosy about you, you're going to teach them a lesson. That's definitely something that's coming through. People say that you're inaccessible. People say that you are not saying everything. People say that you are a closed book. Again, just like pile number one. I'm not surprised if people watching pile number one switched to pile number two, you know? Some of you, like, some people talk about you potentially having a sugar daddy. This is like rarely when I say such like outrageous stuff, but this is King of Pentacles, so definitely people see you as being either in a relationship or occupied, or you know, something like this, and they say that you are being treated in a very like luxurious manner, or that you're being spoiled, and some people are really like envious of you because of it, or like they're saying like, why don't we get this life? Like, why don't we live like them? Like, why do they have this whole luxurious life and we don't? Okay, it's like, also, no matter how much people try, they can't get into your life, right? We have the padlock after all. They also say that you are very success driven, or if you are not necessarily success driven, it looks like this from the exterior. I feel like this pile is not necessarily success oriented because they consciously seek it, but because somehow in life they do stuff that leads them towards this, you know? People are referring to you as someone who has the next thing going for them, okay? It's like people are also saying that you don't have time for drama, for gossip, for distractions, like you're always on the run for something new. Um, which is quite interesting from this chariot. It's almost as if people are seeing you rushed, but it's a passionate rush. So it can be that you're pursuing things in a very passionate and driven way. And some people are like looking at this and saying like, yeah, I feel kind of guilty for wasting my time, you know, after seeing what pile 2 is capable of. So also we have the Hierophant. I feel like people are saying that they have heard you, they've heard you talk, and they were like, wait a minute, this person knows way too much. Like, how is this person, how is this person capable of knowing so much? Like, there is a lot of intellectual power in here for this pile, as well as people genuinely listening to what you have to say. Or it's like almost as if we have situations where like it's all silent, you rarely talk, but when you open your mouth, everyone is like turning their heads and looking at you and like, oh wow, uh this is the first time I hear something as deep as you just said, like, on this topic. Very much like, not even respect, but it's more than respect. It's like curiosity. What else they're going to say? What else they're going to speak about? And it's really interesting. Like, people are all ears. Okay, it's all very interesting to look at or to really listen. Okay, with the Knight of Wands, I haven't here very strong energy. People wanting to provoke you. Okay, careful with this one, but yeah, not even careful, because I feel like you know what you're doing and you know how to handle situations like this. But I feel like definitely with this card, it's like um reckless people trying to get into your life, reckless people who have no concern for their safety for some reason. Okay, we also have Three of Wands. People are looking at you or talking about you in a very long-term oriented perspective. If this is close relationships, these people are talking about what's possible to create with you in the future. Whether it is that you are, it's almost as if even if you are taken, if you are in a relationship, people are still trying to find out information about your longevity of the relationship. When you will like for some reason like get rid of this person, and when will be their turn to basically show what they're capable of and that they're better than your King of Pentacles, and definitely drive, like people want to pursue you and hold you like a trophy. Not gonna work. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, but you don't know what you're dealing with. It's a feeling of they don't know what they're in for. And I feel like this is very reckless, people. With the Knight of Wands, this is very quick energy, also very careless, reckless, almost reckless for their own safety, and they don't care. Like, if they know your fears, but they're going for it. And it's very strange. Like, these people have no concern for their, like, metaphorically saying, life. Like, they have no concern for their life. Isn't this intense? Yeah. Also, people are saying that you are, like, as I said, having secrets, having agendas you're not showing, but also with the King of Wands, that you're very temperamental. Like, the goblin, no, it's the troll card. The troll card with the King of Wands, it's like, I would feel like this pile is capable of physical physical violence for some reason. If people really get on your nerves, if like you are to be brought to the limit, and this is rarely like the case. I feel like this pile handles things really well, like really professional, really calmly and steadily, and like dealing with the first thing, then the next one, then the next one, like really losing your cool. Maybe it was in the past that you were losing your cool, but generally people feel a sort of violence or like intimidation in your presence, which is quite interesting. Also, what's coming through with the Six of Pentacles, that you're not going to be so easily fooled. People are saying that they should be careful, especially like with this. People are trying to fish information about you. They're trying to fish for your attention, and you're like, no, 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 dear. Like, I will deal with my own stuff, and I can already sense some sort of like double standard or double intention in here, and you're not what you seem. Like, you are still like, you are keeping people in the dark. Padlock. Padlock, close to the Six of Pentacles reversed. And you're like, if it was my will, you'd be all obliterated for that kind of behavior in a very funny way, like not serious way, but it's like you are barely like tolerating behavior such as this one. Like, very, you don't care, you don't like manipulative behavior, you like to be very straightforward, and you can't quite be confrontational. Like, I want to say, people are saying that you can be quite confrontational. Let's go to the no, actually, let me think of other messages that come through in here. What I forgot to mention in here, and now that it's showing itself up, I feel like with the Chariot card, we have two horses, two black horses. This could signify two close people you have, that you are holding to yourself. Like, you trust these people. Like, I would see this person, like, from this pile, and other two people by your side, and they are like your trusty guardians, or they're your trusty, like, friends, or this could be like a very close friend and your lover. This could also be like, if this is a work situation, this could be like two colleagues of yours, like three power friendships, you know. This could also be the case, and people are like sensing a difference of boundaries, because it feels to me like you're letting these people closer and you're keeping the rest at a distance, you know. People are also saying to look out for surprises from your side, and they're saying that they're spying. Okay, we have in here demographics of people talking about you, and they are spying. They are intending to spy on you. They are intending to find information about you. They are also intending to find your weaknesses and to find ways in which they're going to discreetly, indirectly find some sort of advantage over you, over your situation. Like, it's almost as if with the padlock, they cannot officially like break you, they cannot officially uncover you, but they are going to do that in a very like indirect manner. So what does this mean in a more practical way? If you found yourself in situations where they couldn't extort information from you directly, they're going to fish for information online. They're going to look and stalk your social media accounts. They're going to indirectly ask questions about other people that are close to you. And these are not going to be your close relationships, like these two horses, like these two reliable ones. They're going to somehow find a way to get information about you from your back. This is very interesting. This is like trying to find information by looking at your phone, or trying to get into your phone. For some, it will play out. If you're writing something, if you are like, keep your information private, keep everything private, set passwords to your phone if you haven't already. Also, if you have like stuff like, I don't know, like private diaries or documents, or like stuff related to transactions, okay, also like keep an eye on that. Don't let people know information about your personal life as well. I see people in here snooping in like spies and trying to find information about you, okay. From the good side, or the good things people are talking about you, we have the Three of Cups. I want to say, despite the distance, despite you not showing everything, I feel like you are generally a very friendly person and someone who really wants to get along with people really well. And I feel like you are giving it all. So you can be also generous, but in the right circumstances. So if you are like out with your friends and you're having fun, or you are like feeling generous today, you can even like pay for someone. You can pay their drinks. You can offer some help, you know. But it's all like in your own limits, in your own like particular like how I'm handling this. I choose how to handle it. Like, it's not about something. You can be emotional, you can be friendly, but you're not at the mercy of your emotions, okay? Some people are saying that you're really cozy with the painting, also very balanced, harmonious, and you know, it's definitely a situation where, for example, you know a person from work. For example, if this is work related, they know you and they see you in a sort of personality, and then when you're out of the work situation, it's almost as if you've changed personalities and you're showing a richness of much more, like almost as if in the good type of circumstances or relaxed circumstances, you show different parts of you, and they like what they see, okay? They definitely like what they saw, but they definitely like what they see um, with you, okay? When you open up. With the breathless, I want to say this is coming through with the SUL messages again. Strong attraction, what can I say? Strong attraction, like people are physically attracted. This is something you cannot overlook. Also, I don't know why, but it's giving me a feeling of maybe for some people you're not going everywhere with your partner, and people are saying like, how can you be alone, like how can a person like this be alone? Like maybe these are people that don't know that you're in a relationship, but because of the emperor I feel like you have a lot of like competition for who is going to end up with you. For some reason also this pile is speaking to me of people seeing you as very much so marriage material or very high standard person. Some people are ready to work hard for you, okay? This is interesting. um with the emperor I feel like you can match the empress energy if you're a female. If you're a male, you are matching the emperor energy, and therefore people are seeing you in this like they have to find their equal match, okay? Like they have to find their empress or they have to find their emperor, and some people are feeling like outshined for some reason. We have in here like the desolate. It's like, as I said again, it's a feeling of why such a handsome person like walk alone. Like why are they alone? But it's like not even their situation. Like it's not even, they don't realize what they're talking about, okay? It's like a very misguided comment or whatever. It's like people don't understand that if you are with someone, you don't have to go everywhere with that person. Not saying that it's not normal to do so, but I feel like this person from the second pile is very independent or knows that they have a life beyond their relationship, you know? Now it's interesting to look at the bad stuff people are saying behind your back. People say with the Nine of Cups that you are egotistical, okay? But hear me out. People consider that you should be sharing whatever it is that you're creating with them. They feel left out. Again, interesting. Nine of Cups is more like I create my own comfort and I flourish in it, and people are somehow feeling entitled to that energy as well. And they feel like you should be sharing whatever it is. Maybe they want to stimulate you towards showing emotions, okay? Maybe they want to impress you and you are not quite like the one to be impressed, okay? With the magician is almost like, and the strength, people are in competition with you big time, and it's almost like with this child in here, you can embody very good qualities or very clear qualities of your inner child, and people are mistaking that, they're misjudging you, and then they find themselves in situations like I've just managed to explain with a Knight of Wands, like people foolishly jumping into your life and showing things, and you're like definitely addressing this situation in a very graceful manner. Almost like with this girl represented in here, I definitely got an image of this girl being you and this monster being the people who are reckless. And I'm honestly, I'm not joking, I'm waiting for this person, for this girl, especially it being the strength card, for this girl to tear this mouth apart of this like monster thing. Almost like people are, I don't know, like, look, what I'm seeing, it's like a challenge. People throwing a challenge at you with this Knight of Wands and the King of Wands reversed, and you're like, let's go for it. Like, you want to fight? I'll show you how to fight. I'll show you what a fight means, right? This is what I saw. And they can, I would not be surprised if this spile is capable of jumping into fights and like not even lose a hair. Like for you, it would be such a casual thing. It would be like going to shop or like groceries. Like it would be such a casual thing of you showing people their place. Yeah. Um, Crazy. It's insane. People see themselves as kind of a little bit inferior, if not a lot, like with you, because you have the magician. It's almost as if you are too gifted, or it's too much saying that, but it's like you are given too many things, not seeing that you had to earn your way through your struggles, okay? Or that you are given too much luxury. It's like you are being given too much comfort, love, affection, or money. or all of them. It can be that people are seeing you or gossiping about you, that you are like too spoiled by God, by universe, by whatever the case may be. Okay, let's go. We have other cards in here. We have phone call. I feel like you are inaccessible and this is driving people crazy. They are saying that you are playing hard to get. They're saying that you are like, again, we have the lucky, the careless. You don't care for people. You don't like, they're saying that you don't care, that you're making fun of them, that you are like specifically planning on making them feel hurt or inferior, when I don't see that this is necessarily the case. Okay, those of you who are doing that consciously, this is on your own conscience, but I don't feel like people are trying in here. Like, you are busy, okay? Like, you're busy with your life. The magician is busy with what they're creating. They're not thinking about what they want to show or what they want to like compare themselves to. Like, give me my life. Like, I'm living my life. Why are you bothered by me living my own personal life? We have in here the demographic, the last part of the reading. Very defensive people, people who are from a very long time in your life, people who are competing with you, especially with this Three of Pentacles. This could be workspace related people, this could be business related people, this could be people who you'd generally think that they're very friendly, but they have things behind their back that they're not showing to you. We have also people pleasers, flexible people, very short gratification people, wanting to get on your good side people. The teasing, also flirtatious people, is going to play itself out in here. Light interactions, Six of Swords. Yeah, this one is interesting. The Six of Swords could play itself out as people from the past, or people wanting to get a new chance with you when you're already busy or when you are not looking for a relationship. But I feel like the demographic creating this whole ordeal are the people also from the past, or the people you have gotten rid of. Yeah, whatever that means for you. But yeah, I feel like you trigger people. Okay, you trigger people and they feel left out, they feel abandoned by you, they feel like you are cutting them off, or they're generally having the impression that you like to make them suffer. But I don't see this. Okay, like, maybe for some it will be, but it's not like you're doing that out of nothing. I feel like you are really, you remember every detail. Like, I would say, if someone treated you in a wrong way, you remember that person, and not because you are like intent on revenge or whatever, but because you're trying to prevent yourself from being hurt again, or you're trying to handle the situation in a very professional way so that you can further prevent that in the future and complicate things with that person. So you better keep a record like on people, and it's not like you are like consciously intending to hurt them. No, it's like you are wanting to know everything, so you are prepared. Like, that's what I'm seeing in here. Okay, very organized as well. Like, this pile, you are being seen or gossiped about as someone who's very strong, organized, almost like very masculine energy, but you can play well. Like, I want to say, with Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, this is like both masculine and feminine being in sync. Okay, so that means you show your masculine sides when the time comes for it and the situation requires it to be so. Also, when you should be feminine, you're not hesitant to show that energy. But this pile plays a lot of roles, and you play roles when you feel like it's time. And I feel like this is normal, because in life we have to show different sides of ourselves, and we cannot be one personality for every single situation, because this is not going to be wise. This is not going to be very successful, and it's not about false appearances. I want to say in here, people are wanting to study you, people are wanting to know you, people are wanting to understand with what it is that you're breathing, how you're so successful, how you're so happy, how you're so content, or what it is that drives you, what's your purpose, what's driving in you, in your life, like what's the driving force of your actions. Okay, it's like, show us what is your fire, what's giving you the spark. It's like people being very curious, and almost like we want to listen to you. Like, I would expect a lot of people wanting some coaching lessons from you for some reason, and they would eagerly listen to your advice. If you have some soft spots for people who are interested in your advice, I would say go ahead and give it to them. If you don't feel like this is something you don't want to do, of course, but I feel like we have a lot of people in here who would benefit from your word of advice, and I don't feel like you have to hold it in for yourself. I feel like with the padlock in general, you are a very closed person, like you are closed off from people in general, but in the right time at the right place you can open up and you can definitely create a change for people. You know a lot of stuff, like what am I even saying? We have been talking about this pile number two. You have a lot of deep information, like draw wait a minute, it's like jaw dropping information, okay, with the Hierophant, that you are just like too busy with other stuff to say. But if you feel like there is an open window of opportunity, you can give very sound advice, and for the people who deserve it, you can do it because people are going to be very grateful for it. So that was all pile number two. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, comment, subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the future readings. Take care. Hello and welcome to your reading pile number 3, those of you who chose the snake ring. What are people talking about you behind your back? With the instrument card, I want to say they perceive you as having some sort of resource, and they would want to have it, or they would like to use you to obtain that. And for different people, different stuff is going to play out. With instrument, it's like a skill. If you know something, these people will try to somehow manipulate you into obtaining that. Or it can be that you have a good predisposition towards someone else, and they would try to ask for your help in order for them to get in better graces or in good graces with another person. So it could be using you to some sort of personal advantage, okay, in this reading. That's what's coming through. And it's like people are talking about how they want to use you, okay, in this case. This could also be that they're talking about your looks, that you look really good, or for some it will be that people talk about or they are envious about your looks in here. Especially because we have the Empress, like this is even beyond physical beauty. This is like energy or presence related beauty. So Empress people, I know this archetype really well when I see it, but people are talking about who you are on like a, and hear me out, people are going to perceive you in a physical way and say that you're beautiful, but really many don't perceive the difference. So when someone is beautiful, it's much more than physical. It's like a dimension of sorts where somebody is embodying some quality which translates itself into the physical, and they have this whole energy or vibe or atmosphere to them that makes them really attractive or beautiful. I seen here definitely some people having some plans to profit off of you for some reason. And why am I seeing specifically resource or how you are being seen or how you are being talked about or what are people saying? It's Empress Egg instrument. It's like you have resource, you have something to give, or you have some sort of very valuable thing that you're capable of giving or you're having, and people are trying to extort it from you. I was looking at this like Seven of Pentacles. This could be advantages, this could be like some sort of, like, honestly I see some energy of people trying to barging in and taking what they want, or for some like what they perceive to be theirs. If you are in a relationship and the relationship is quite going like sour, or you consider it to be like a toxic one, this could be also an entitled partner. And what they're saying, like people or this partner, what they're saying behind your back is that you belong to them, or some situation in here relating to the idea you have something that is mine because you are mine. You are mine, and therefore everything that you have is also mine. So it's almost as if we have entitlement big time in here, and it's like a conspiracy on how they will go about taking what it is that they want or that they perceive you're having, okay? Also, with the deep replenishment, I feel like you're a very giving person or a very generous person, and people are starting to look at this quality or perceiving it as a weakness for some reason. This doesn't have to be related to you, or this is not your fault in the way. Like, I see some people genuinely representing that Empress energy, but in general, like I would be really, really reluctant on at least at this period of time to help others. Like if especially this is talking about a workplace situation and is definitely like something of a situation where it involves multiple people, okay, then I would be really focused on my own work and I would not lend help where I would feel like people would be better if they did it by themselves, okay? In general, with a positive attitude or stuff that I'm seeing in here is that people see you in a very good light, but almost like too good, and they want to take a part from it, like they want to have a part of it themselves, you know. And I'd be really careful with that because it feels to me like people have no chill when it comes to like if you are a generous person, they're going to take what you give and demand even more or try to see if they can take more. So this is very much so greed or people talking about your resource. I see you as being also very spiritual, and for some this could be some very annoying people trying to get your attention, trying to extort you from like you're taking or capturing your attention. This can come off as vampirism. This can also like emotional vampires, people who would like to complain to you, people who feel really safe or nurtured by your presence, but it's almost as if they're talking about or having plans on exploiting that for some reason. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but it's definitely something that's on the radar for the pile number 3. Also, what's coming through, as I was seeing, like this 7 of wands and 7 of pentacles, you have something of value, okay? You see, you'll recognize the people from their like the moment in which you appear. These people are like onto you, you know, very pestering, very like almost as if they're waiting for their turn to talk or to drain you of your energy, okay? And this is definitely a resource. If this is work related, then definitely you have some sort of advantage in the workspace, and these people are trying to use that advantage to like to their own, like for their own interests, for their own agendas, you know. Very sneaky people, very manipulative, and trying to profit off of you for some reason in here. That's what I'm seeing, okay? I feel like you must know who these people are and you don't quite feel happy about it, and you're quite enraged when it comes to like this whole situation because we have the Knight of Swords. I must say you recognize these people really, really well, or you know them really well. These are also people who are very much so like, it could be even on the scale deranged. These people can talk a lot, these people can dramatize themselves, they can capture attention in manipulative ways, and I feel like you're really upset about it. And the gossip, you know, I would feel for some reason that people are genuinely seeing you as a good person or someone who's really, like as I said, resourceful, beautiful. Your presence is somehow different from the general demographic for some reason, and what I'm seeing in here is strongly like a feeling of um they are like a son, you know. Let's go, let's ask them for their attention, something like this. I see in here like not only gossip, but I also see in here plans for some reason. I see in here like inclusion, like some people wanting to include you in a sort of a group setting. But this is like all, also it feels to me like a manipulation for some reason. Like I would expect you to be involved in a group of people, it could be even shady stuff, where they would like to trust you, but um, you'd have to trust them with their own shady stuff, you know. Very weird. I'm honestly surprised how the last readings, like the first and second, were more about the person I was talking about, and in here it's like the attention goes from the person I'm reading to and to the people that surround them. And it's not usual that you see that, but it's also like a very unique pile, okay, from the rest of the first and the second, you know. It's interesting what I noticed in here as well from the Five of Wands is that you somehow intervene or you are messing with someone else's plans. And I feel like there is an energy in here, like you shouldn't be scared, because I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, you are very much so with your feet on the ground. But I feel like you are being tested, or someone is trying to eliminate you, or someone is trying to uh, get you out of their way, because they have like an agenda or a plan specifically related to, like, it could be related to a company, it could be related to your life situation in general, okay? Someone definitely having like plans on you or planning to use you for some reason. This is what's coming through. And I see a line of people, okay? So this is not only one person. This could be multiple people with different genders. Like, this is not one or two. Like, this could be a group, okay? Also, um, there is like a plan for a more violent or direct expression of sorts with you. Like, people are wanting to get along with you in the good way, but then if you are not going to comply, they would like to get in worse terms for you to get their message. Something like this, which is very strange. But again, like, your energy is of neutrality to me with the Seven of Pentacles, like also with the Seven of Wands. You have advantage in this whole situation, and what's said behind your back, like the plans or the conspiracies, are not quite affecting you, because you are in the Empress, or you are really trusted. Whatever, if this is like a company situation, workplace, then you're really trusted, and this whole thing is not going to impact you, because I feel like people are thinking that this is going to impact you, but this is not really going to be so. I feel like also with the Three of Swords being reversed, I feel like you are uncomfortable for many people, okay? We are having in here an energy of you being mm, you're not being complacent, you're not obedient, you're not going to be so easily swayed or influenced into one direction or another. Like, this feels to me like you know, your will is not going to be so easily bent, if bent at all in this case, okay? Also, what's coming through is, as I said, like Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, you're not comfortable, um, you're not to be manipulated with. Like, it feels to me like you're giving people a hard time with the idea that you have your own directions in life and your own decisions to stick to, you know? That was quite interesting. Like, with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, like, it feels to me you are like a mechanism in a system that works well, and when like someone wants to switch the system, you're like this part, like the wheel that won't turn like in their favor. Like, you're this part of the mechanism they would like to manipulate, but you're way too strong, you know, for them to like impose their will upon you. So this is definitely like, for some reason, a lot of people who are interested in your, like, not necessarily demise. They're not interested in your demise, but what they are interested in is their own, like, as I said, interests, their own, like, I see gain in here. This could be also financial gain. This could also be like some sort of advantage or power. This is a power dynamic for sure. And we are dealing in here with a demographic of people who are trying to manipulate you, who are very much so like focused on the goal and not seeing the obstacles, or they think that you're going to be easy prey for them. I feel like, honestly, we have, like, I will delve into the good kind of like gossip. I feel like these people are seeing you with a Hierophant. If you are not in a position of power, this can indicate power and influence still without having the position itself. So this means if you are not a boss in a situation, you can definitely feel like a boss. It can also be the case that you're very observant and that you're not going to let things slide, okay? Also, with the Chariot in reverse, what I'm seeing in here, like, you pose a threat for some people's plans for some reason, okay? And it's almost as if things were going in a certain direction, for example, and by the way, when you appeared, it's like things changed, or things couldn't be continued in the way they were, you know? We have in here Trumpet. I feel like you are, on top of observant, you have your own ways in which you solve your problems. So that means in a workspace situation, let's say, if you are someone who cannot outrightly use power or force directly upon someone else, you can use other like levers, like different power outlets that are going to provide the same result as if even if you were to take action in a direct way. So that means, for example, with a trumpet, it's like it's this spell is giving me like you're bending wills by just being there, you know. And the fortunate, the loyal, you know, I feel like this spell you are being praised for, or you're being talked about as someone who has a very uncorruptible moral code, or you have a demeanor in which you are not going to listen or to comply or to basically like bend yourself or your moral compass to someone else's like um desires, okay, someone else's like agendas. Yeah, which is interesting. um from the bad side of reputation, or the gossip, or what are people talking behind your back, we have the Two of Swords. You're closed off from lies, you're closed off from manipulation, you're closed off from things that are not going to be like done in a very like integrity driven manner, you know. We also have the Ace of Wands in the bad reputation. Like, I feel like definitely in here you are showing or imposing your will to such an extent that it's like, as I said, it's interfering with other people's plans, okay? We have the Ten of Swords, like definitely are making some people uncomfortable, or some people are not daring to make some tricks or to use some tricks in your presence or when you are there, you know? It feels like you're also very reliable and quick to take action, you know, to take action. The secret, the moldy, like I would expect you to remember or to have a very good memory when it comes to what and how it functions. And it feels to me like people are not so eager to get on your bad side, or they're not so eager to work against you, because it feels to me like you are a very noble or a very worthy adversary. Okay? I feel like with the secret card, we are dealing in here with a person who is like a camera. Okay, it's giving me the High Priestess, someone who's very observant, someone who looks and notices and observes everything, and people realize that with that kind of attention to detail, they're not going to be able to get away with everything that they do. And it feels to me like if you are recently at a job situation, or if it's a recent like arrival in a new position, I feel like, and even if it is an old position, people realize and they are talking about the fact that you are not going to comply, you're not going to be obedient to injustice in general, and that you're not going to let things slide for sure. Like, if people thought that they would get under your skin, for example, or they thought that, you know, they're going to get away with some sort of negative behavior or self-serving cause or idea, these cards are showing me that, you know, you're not going to be the one to delve into that. You know, I feel like you can really play well with, again, identities. I think all three piles got that, but we have face, we have spectator, which is quite fascinating with what I have told you about like being observant. We have the blank card. Now I think this is going to be the demographic. I feel like for a few, we have in here people who are just as observant as you are, and with face also, not only you don't show your true identity or your true intentions or true emotions, but also people are on edge as well. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, but we are having to deal in here with a group of people who are very shady, who are working in disguise, who are genuinely like wanting to turn something like in their favor, and you are like an obstacle. Okay, you pose a threat to their like plans. Okay, we have the sun in here. Like, for some reason it feels to me like your presence can be this factor that makes this mission, this whole like lie or manipulation, impossible, because it's way too obvious when you're present. Okay, and it's definitely work related or money related. If this is not work related, this could involve money or advantages. I was talking about where they would like, or they try to somehow use you to gain advantage. It could be even like silencing you, or maybe bargaining with you, or I don't know how you say that, like when you're giving a sum of money to someone for them to keep silent. I feel like they would try, they thought of that, but you're not bendable, okay? Like it feels to me like your conviction is so strong that you're not going to even settle for bribe. Yeah, the word was bribery, which is quite interesting. Like I get the feeling like this pile, you are being seen or talked about as someone who has very stupid, um, that's from their perspective, like moral compass, moral convictions that are really unrealistic, idealistic, and they are preventing them from actually like functioning in a real like survival based world. And I feel like these are really insecure people, but I definitely see some very influential people in here. If not influential, this could be people like, if you're working with them, if this is a life situation and not a workspace, this could be higher up people like in the system, meaning that this could be someone higher with a step higher than you are, okay? This could be for a few, this is going to be for a very few bosses, okay? Bosses with their own agendas on you, their own plans on you, okay? And I feel like with the demographic in here, I would be really careful because we have the alert, spectator, and face. Like this is someone who likes to observe and to think and to plot things. But they are using it in comparison to you, they are using it for their own good. Whereas in your case, I feel like you're using it for the greater good of, like, for the greater happiness of everyone. I feel like this pile, you are seen as the Empress, very powerful energy, very generous, very, I wanna be at peace, and I wanna work in the favor of everyone, and I want everyone to be happy and not just selective people, okay? Not just a group or a handful of people who are going to profit off of everyone else. And I feel like, unfortunately, for some people, this is going to be the case where you are outnumbered in a sort of way. That doesn't mean that this is placing you in a disadvantageous like role, but I feel like the majority is having like numbers in here are like not on your side. Like I see a lot of people being desperate and trying to overthrow whatever the situation may be in here. And you must know what the situation is about, because this is a very specific message, okay? And almost as if either you are some sort of obstacle in this plan, or you are a vital part in this plan. And it's like instrument, that means people are seeing or gossiping about the fact that you are someone very important. Like it could be the case that you are a very important part in their plan, or you are very important like piece in the puzzle, okay? And they cannot overlook you, they cannot override, they cannot evade you, okay? um yeah, and it's like almost as if this pile, people are saying that the universe or fate is on your side, because it feels to me like in the past people were trying to do the same thing but they didn't succeed. I don't know why, and this is perhaps why I was saying that you have some sort of invisible, it could be also spiritual advantage in here, because you have spiritual guide. Some people say that you have a mysterious way to show up exactly when people are trying to plot something, okay? With the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you are divinely sent to create order and to orderly place things, orderly, like create like some sort of harmony in a workspace, something like this. And it doesn't really matter what people are saying about you, but this is like, you don't care as much, you're doing your work honestly, you're doing like, this is also a message of people gossiping or saying behind your back that you are really like a workaholic in the good way or in the good sense, or that you're laying your practically soul into the work that you do, and that you are not like your will and your capacity to function in a system is not like is not going to fly away where the wind blows. It's more so, I'm rooted in my own intentions and plans and actions, and I know where I can direct and I will direct my will, but it's definitely in here some intervention from the other parties, like the third parties, like people from exterior, like for some reason. And yeah, good luck for them, because it feels to me like also they're not gonna succeed. Okay, this is like a failed attempt already. Like for some reason I'm seeing failure from their side, or even for a very few people, this is going to play itself out as some sort of failure from your case. But this is not going to be a failure. This is going to seem like a failure, but in the long run you're not going to be affected. Okay, or this could be a plot that evolves, succeeds, and has a very short-lived victory, and all of a sudden everything uncovers itself up merely because you were interfering with a plan, even if the result apparently was fulfilled or made. Okay, this definitely reminds me of like a work situation, or I honestly don't know where to place this situation outside of a workspace, because I feel like this involves a group of people on one hand, and on the other hand, it involves very specific ill intent type of people, and I cannot say really ill intended. This is more so people interested in their own agendas and desires, but I also feel like you are not sure, or while you can have a general gist or idea of who these general people are, with a blank card in the demographic, you have one that you don't know of, or this person hasn't shown their true colors, or they are kind of unreadable, okay, with the face, spectator, and alert. I feel like someone in here, like the person you don't know, can be in power or can have an authority like advantage in here, even higher than you are, in like the corporate ladder thing. Or also this could be the case, someone really controlling the way in which they show themselves to the world, and you didn't suspect it, you know. You would see this person and this group of people communicating, but you wouldn't even know that they are actually cooperating. This is interesting. Like this pile, this is very specific. This is also very lengthy in time. I saw the moldy, and it gave me a feeling that this whole plot or conspiracy has been going around for a very long time, or whether you are present in it from that beginning time or not, it's very like lengthy, and it has been giving you a headache. Okay, this could also be a, like as I said, a very specific person, but it also gives me a group of people. It's quite annoying, because it feels to me like if there were to be at least one or two people more like you, then this whole plan is not wouldn't have like worked in its even beginning stages. Okay, because you know you are uncomfortable for like for plots in general, like negative ones, and if there were to be more people like you, then it would be even impossible to think about this for some reason. Like, whatever it is that you were doing, do it continuously, and don't let yourself be manipulated, because the cards are saying that you are doing the right thing. And I feel like also this is a praise from the spirit, I guess. I don't know how to call it, but it's almost like you are not you don't know this, but I feel like you're going to be rewarded, or you are going to win as a result of not participating in this whole plan or plot in general. And perhaps this is not something that you know of, or that you're not like looking for a reward. This pile feels to me like you're just doing your work honestly, and you're trying to be a decent person without it being like a financial like incentive, or without you trying to be like this on purpose. It's like having human decency, okay, or having like with this Eight of Pentacles, um, a desire to not be that person to step on other people's heads and to create a fortune or to create chaos for the sake of your own like gratification. And it's like a huge praise, and yeah, it's a praise in here, like for having such a strong conviction and rooting yourself in the idea that you should be like stepping in life ecologically and not hurting other people as a result of you gaining your own happiness or building your own happiness in here. I want to say as well that there is a strong possibility in here that you annoy a lot of people in here. And you annoy a lot of people because, as I said, this is coming from you're not comfortable. And, the usual demographic is very much so like mutable or flexible in their beliefs. It's like usually when you see people, um, I'll give you a story, like an analogy or an example. When someone is being offered something like a profit of sorts, they're very tempted. But when the profit is like far greater than their expectation, they can kind of fall for it. And in here, it's like people are falling for it. Like people are falling for some sort of quick gain or some sort of gain at the expense of others or for the sake of keeping things a secret. And it feels to me like you're really uncomfortable as a person for not like why are you different, it's like a question of why can't you just listen and comply, like it's for your for your good too, like it's like that kind of message, like why won't you comply, we are going to share, like we're going to share a part of it with you, like why won't you just comply with us, like. And it's like almost disbelief with these people because they are so materially or like personal gain oriented that they cannot fathom the idea of someone else not being like them, and it's almost like a personal attack, you know it's like a personal attack of, am I the bad guy right now that you are refusing to be a part of this, like are we bad? And very much so like antagonism arising from that, like with the Knight of Swords. Now like we are the bad guys, like look at this person, they're not wanting to comply, like because of them now we have to feel bad for being, as if you're calling them out, like as if you're calling them out on this behavior for not wanting or for refusing to cooperate in here, it's like that kind of energy of um you just point things out, without you even realizing it, like with your lack of cooperation, it's like you show them like quite bluntly that what they're doing is not right, and it's like now they feel shame and they're blaming it for like blaming it on you actually. So yeah, that was all pile number three. That was a whole complete different message from what I usually read, and a very concrete specific one. This is quite interesting. Like I'm quite curious about pile number three, what is going on and what kind of situation is this one. But keep on being grounded in your own conviction, and I assure you, if this situation is not going to play out maybe in your favor at first, in the long run you're going to be rewarded for saving that capacity of being a decent human being. And even beyond the like as I said, benefit, this is something that is really like admirable to have, like to not be tied to a financial or personal gain in here. Okay, that was all pile number three. Prepare yourself if this resonated, if you find yourself in this situation, then definitely keep on being alert, a spectator, like keep on calling things as they are, like a red flag, and if you see something that's wrong, don't comply, don't close your eyes on it, and keep on doing what you already did. And you're quite successful at it, Seven of Pentacles, like you are doing your work honestly, and this is going to be observed, this is going to be appreciated, and you are going to be given more. Just like a little spoiler thing, the reward in here, like even if you're not chasing it, will be far greater than what these people are offering you or are thinking of offering you. Okay, so that was all. Take care.